go. How you doing, Brian King, UK Flooring TV. We're back over at Fitter again, the Flooring Industry Training Association. Back with our very own Dan Jones. All right, Dan?
How you doing?
Another tool review. Following on from the runners we've been doing. Lately, I don't know, lately this year I've been doing loads of runners, loads of with the tape binding, with sisal, that seems to be very popular. You started doing tape binding as well, Dan.
Yeah.
So I did a job, it was a runner with tape binding, and I used my Maestro 4000, upholstered the stairs, but I didn't staple the tape binding because I was scared of it going through and the tape binding fraying. So somebody picked up on social media and asked me why I hadn't stapled the binding. You should staple the binding, it looks better. So I explained, and the person said, no, definitely I need to staple the binding. So I asked a couple of people, and they said they don't staple the binding because of that reason. They hit it with the bolster to give it the crease look, and then I asked a couple more people and they said they do staple the banding. What they do, they staple it and then use the bolster and knock the staples in so you can't see them. Also, somebody said you need air tools for it. So
we got air tools.
Yeah, they give me a list of what I wanted.
Electric. So, we got everything.
I got pointed over to fixingguns.co.uk. I got myself a Tackwise 97 ergo, which is that. It was 75 quid, and then I got some staples, the Tackwise staples, which were £4.97 for 5,000, which I think's good value for money.
Yeah.
And then I got a top waist silent compressor for £119. That was from eBay. So for about, well, the hose cost me a tenner.
And you've got this flexible coupling.
Yeah, a couple of little couplings and fixings, a few quid each. So all together, it cost me about 200 quid for the full setup, which is not bad.
Yeah.
And I know people.
And we know it's not industrial equipment, but we'll see how long it lasts.
Well, somebody's going to say, oh, it's cheap, pay twice. For the amount of runners I don't do them every day, so we'll just see how it goes.
I mean, we do like to have good tools, don't we? But this is, like you say, it's something that you don't use that often. It's worth a punt, and if it lets you down a couple of times, you will get the real one in the end, won't you? But it might do the job, and I mean, the money it was, you've got nothing to lose, have you? If it does one job for you,
also,
you're already quids in.
I use me spot nails, concrete nails quite a bit, and that compressor's compatible with it.
And this is fine. Really quiet. You'll hear it when it fires up in a bit.
You can talk over it, it's that quiet. Right, so how do you load the staples, Dan? I know we struggled when we first ordered it.
But basically, because we're carpet fitters.
Because we're thick carpet fitters. But
so basically, you open that and bring out this cartridge at the back. I know how it goes, but it doesn't go like that. There's a bridge inside. It's like your normal masonry, really. So you just slide on your staples and push. You're ready to go. And I've just fired a couple of staples to give it a try, but that's as far as it goes. So you've got your flexible coupling, so when you're working up and around the stairs, you can spin it round, you don't get tangled in your hose. That's quite a useful thing. Again, that was information someone had give you, wasn't it, Bri?
Yeah. Right, so what we're going to do, we've got a stair runner with cotton binding. We're going to, well, the bottom one we've upholstered, the bottom one we've done waterfall. The first one we're going to upholster, and we'll go. Are we stapling the binding or leaving that one?
We'll staple this one, I think.
Well, what we'll do, we'll staple the right hand side with the air gun of the tape, and the left hand side we'll staple with a Maestro.
With the Maestro.
So we'll just see if there's a difference.
So basically, those grippers are a touch further out than I would normally have them because I pulled the top gripper off. What I do see done in America quite a bit, and I wouldn't mind to go because I'm in a training centre and it doesn't matter, it is they anchor this, from what I can see, with
What I do see, especially...
See there, that is what we didn't want to see, but...
That adds it.
Yeah, yeah. And again, let's staple through the tape on this side, right into the crotch. And so you can see them staples.
Yeah, you can see the staple heads.
And this is what this is what we're here for. We want to see what hides them the most, don't we? So you can still see them staple heads, but and you can still see them there. So yeah, you wouldn't do that in a real life situation. So you're seeing it as it happens here. And I wouldn't put them staples in. I can see these dashes.
A lot of Americans do that because they do the stairs when they're upholstering them from the bottom. That holds it in, so when
they come up with the gun, which is what I'm going to do, and it's why I wanted to do them, because I can't unload any glue in here, so we'll do it that way.
Right, so if you upholster that first one, the right hand side use the air gun, the left hand side use the maestro. Right, Dan, fire away.
Fire away. Yeah.
Right, Dan, so the left hand side we're going to use the Maestro 4000.
Yeah, yeah.
How's that, Luke? Can you see any staple heads?
I'll just pull a bit of tension on it. Well, I'll tell you what I can see the nail heads of. What? You have a look and tell me.
Well, that's amazing. the air gun, you can see the nail heads.
But you can turn this. Let's just put a bit more.
The Maestro staples are invisible. You can't see them at all, but you can see the air tools. Turn the pressure up a bit.
That's all. I've turned the pressure up a bit on that because more than likely to be user error. Yeah, it's sinking them a bit better. I'll tell you what I might be tempted to do with it. I would put a black, if I was using it, I'd run a black marker down the top of the staples.
Yeah, but why not just use your Maestro 4000?
Oh, well, yeah, but if I only had this, it's only because they're silver.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've sunk more. You can see there. I've turned the compressor up. They've sunk in a couple of mil more. But I mean, let's just go again on a next step. You'll probably see better with the camera then, can't you? So again, we've not got proper tension. The gripper's a bit in the wrong place.
I'm going to... that was...
I'll just sink some into the bottom of here, yeah?
Yep. Dan, the left-hand side, just staple the binding with the Maestro, see if that's any better.
Just push this back into the gun. You might as well do that anyway. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this normally on a job, but it is good to have a go at things you see other people doing. I mean, you need a bit more care than what we're doing here. But yeah, that's
Does that add both types of staples? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's acceptable, isn't it, there? But basically everyone's got a maestri, haven't they? And if you come to a job, you want to use your maestri if you can. Yeah. So
this next step, we won't tape the we won't staple the binding. We'll do half of it with the gun, and
yeah,
we'll
do that off with the.
Just hitting it to give it the crease look. Now what'll happen with that when you stretch that top step?
It's just going to go like that, isn't it? But
yeah. Have I do?
I mean, you're not really stretching it, you're pulling it tight.
Well, that's interesting, Dan. It's I expected the air tool to be a lot better than the maestri, but
yeah. So we put. Let's go with this again, right? We'll do both sides with this now of the tape.
Right.
Just have a look. So I think if we see, if you staple into there, well, you can see that. If you get the gun up like that. That hides it more. The only thing you're going to notice is halfway up the stairs when they come into eye line, you're going to see exactly the same as you saw. But if you staple in the upwards, this far up the stairs first, you can't see them, can you?
No.
Then you can see the other half of the stairs. But I'm pretty sure if you've got a marker on the top of both sets of these staples, black marker along the top, it would hide the staples.
Just try the right hand side with the maestri again.
What, through the tape, yeah?
Yeah.
I like the maestri on it, to tell you the truth. Sorry to disappoint you, Bri.
Another 200 quid wasted.
I know, it'd be useful for something.
Right, let's have that.
I mean, that's pretty tidy there, isn't it?
Definitely, 100%.
I mean, there's been no care in these really, they've just been thrown on, haven't they? But all we're looking at is this. So, I mean, there's not much in it, is there?
But in conclusion,
personally,
my preference is you can staple the tape, but use a maestri instead of the air tool.
And also, I would try and crease it into the place it's got to go. Don't try and send it with the stapler, because you don't want the staple to pull through the tape.
Yeah.
So if you can crease it in as much as you can and push the stapler in to take, well, you can see, if you can take all that out of it when you fire the staple, it's not trying to shock itself through. You've already put the stuff down. And when you staple, you're just firing in. Whereas if you've got it up here like that,
you're going to see the head.
Yeah. But also, it could pull through because you haven't compacted it down. It could pull through the tape, couldn't it? But I'll tell you what, they hold well.
People underestimate maestris. They're really powerful for what they are.
So should we pull it off now? It's got all these fixings in it. Should we see?
We can see if it does any damage to the tape as well. Much damage, Dan?
None of the staples are pulled through the tape. The only ones that I've pulled through the tape is because I've pulled it off. No, I can't see any.
Whether it's a really good quality tape, but I was scared of it going through and free.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, someone gives you this to fit. You've only got enough to do the job. You might have that much extra. When you first do one, do you risk firing one through it and ruining it, or do you do the middle, knock the sides up, which is perfectly all right. But just when you're not familiar with something, it's a lot of money's worth. And I know people say you should be familiar. Well, there's stuff you get that you've never seen before, and because you're supposed to be a time-served fitter, you should be expected to know how to do it. But sometimes it's trial and error. And you would be frightened to fire a load of staples in something that cost a lot of money. But it's quite good here because we can practice these things.
Yeah.
I've just obliterated that step there. That's given me what would take 5 years to learn on a job.
Yeah.
Because you can't make mistakes on a job. Whereas we can purposely make a mistake here, can't we? And pull it up like we have. That was a mistake.
Well, I think I'm quite confident in my next runner I do with cotton binding. I'm going to staple through the binding. And just
well, it's Wednesday, isn't it?
Well, day after tomorrow. Actually. So anyway, Dan.
Yeah.
Cheers for
all
that.
right. Cheers.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. And anybody want to buy a compressor and a gun? Cheap.
Brian's got them cheap.
See you later.